up, let's go. What's up, guys? What's up? Welcome to SATS Show. Your friendly guide to saving in Bitcoin. Ooh, man, I've had a long day, but it was a crazy morning. Did you guys keep track of the price? I try not to keep track of the price. It's so hard to resist it. But today, Bitcoin had yet another move up. It's pretty crazy. But it still doesn't change the plan. Still stacking, regardless of the price. The only thing that changes is how much we're buying. So today, let's first check out how many Satoshis we can buy for $1 during the Strength segment. I like that, John. All right, so it looks like today we can get. It's getting lower. Look at that. It's getting lower. We can get 3,297 Satoshis. Jeez. For a single $1. That's a deal. Super good deal. You can also put it a different way. Walking down the street, find a penny, pick it up, and all the day you'll have 30, we'll call it 33. 33 Satoshis for a single penny. That's a deal, right? We're nearing 40 Satoshis for a penny, but now we're down to 32 Satoshis for a penny. Will we hit the 20s? That'd be freaking awesome if we did. Okay. So if it keeps going up this fast, we need to make sure we keep stacking, right? It's going up because they just keep printing money. They can't help themselves. So as long as they keep printing money, we'll keep getting less SATs for $1. So just kind of how it works. I'm sharing the show real quick in our stream. And Carl, are you in here? What up, Carl? Carl, I'm going to show you what I'm using. I'm using this website called Swan Bitcoin. Let me jump into let's go into the why we stack segment, and then we'll cover that in the why we stack segment. Okay, here we go. Why we stack, the orange pill segment of the show, where we share a little bit of information that will help you start stacking. Philosophy, reasons why I'm stacking. This is not financial advice. It is just me sharing a little bit of the knowledge I'm gaining since I've started down the rabbit hole of learning about Bitcoin. Okay? So if what I'm learning helps you start the journey of seeking to understand Bitcoin, then I'm winning. Like, I want the best for you guys, and I feel this is a technology that's going to revolutionize everything. Okay, so before I used to use when we started the show, I was using Binance.us, and before that, I started like everybody, like most people during the last bull run started, which is like through one of the big exchanges like Coinbase. Right, it's just easy to get on board. And you don't realize what's happening, right? In those exchanges, they are selling Bitcoin, and they're also selling a bunch of other coins, which are not Bitcoin, which are altcoins, is a way to put it nicely. Most people in the Bitcoin world call those SHIT coins, but I'm gonna go with poop coins. So buy Bitcoin, not poop coins. Anything that's not Bitcoin is a poop coin. And the reason is that it is controlled by either an organization, a board, a body, a single person, perhaps, that can change the rules on you without you knowing. They could say there's a certain amount of coins out there. They can sell them to you at a certain price, all the while holding another set of coins that they can sell into you once you start buying it, right? So that's just like the pumps and dumps, rug pulls. That's where that comes from, right? Bitcoin is not controlled by anybody, so it's considered like a commodity. So that's why we only invest in Bitcoin. It was the original. It was the main. Everything else is like a copy of Bitcoin, but with a smaller network. Don't talk about my Mac coin like that. Yeah, our Mac coin, Carl. That's like that is basically. I guess it would be considered a poop coin if I would have sold it to you guys instead of giving it to you guys, right? Like the way it would work, Carl, was like somebody makes any coin, right? They would pump it up and saying it's going to be a big thing for whatever reason, and they give some of that coin to their friends, and those people help promote it. And then once the promotion is good, they list it on some exchange, or like they find a way to sell it to people. People buy into it thinking it's going to go up, and while people are buying into it when it's first released, because they think it's going to go up, they're selling their coins to the people that are buying into it, first trying to get into it, right? So that makes a price pump. They sell it at the top of the pump, and then everybody gets left with. They still bought coins, right? But from there on out, that price of that coin doesn't really go back up, and you're left with a bag of coins that are worth nothing, right? That's a rug pull. That's kind of it's a scam, right? It's considered like an unregistered security, kind of like it would be like if you started a company and sold stocks for your company and didn't register with the SEC, right? So the reason I'm going into detail about that is because that's what's getting a lot of these exchanges into trouble. Is they're crypto coin sellers, right, or resellers, but since those coins can be considered unregistered securities, then you're running an exchange that's selling unregistered securities, and that's where they get in trouble, right? So although we were using them to gain to have a place to buy Bitcoin, like an easy place to buy Bitcoin that is easier to onboard somebody that's like has no crypto experience, they do go out of their way to like try to get you to buy other coins, right? So, and that's what gets them into trouble is that they're selling unregistered securities, basically, right? So, just over the span of my rabbit hole journey, or my Bitcoin journey, I came across Swan Bitcoin, and they're an exchange. They sell Bitcoin, but that's the only crypto they sell. They don't sell anything else. Only Bitcoin. And so that's a great way to look at it. The people that run it are, in my opinion, true Bitcoiners, because they're not there to try to get. They actually encourage you to self custody. So at first I was a little bit standoffish, like everything else, right? But just watching what they do online, watching the kind of shows that they sponsor, and following the people that are like the CEO and like the people that are involved with their marketing team and just like their team, they all seem like they're like they believe in the ideals that like of Bitcoin, right? So I thought that's cool. Let's check them out. I had registered and had an account set up with them before Binance got sued by the SEC and before Coinbase got sued by the SEC, but I just hadn't started buying with them because they were going through an upgrade, right? And the upgrade was for they were moving to a different custodian for the coin. I think it's custodian for the coin that they sell. So like the institution that actually provides them the service to, I think, sell Bitcoin, right? So how it works is like this: you get an account on Swan Bitcoin, they're set up with a really cool app and really cool website that's like super simple. There's no distractions of all the other coins that are available on other exchanges, right? Which has big advantages, especially when it comes to regulation, because they can't get accused of being a poop coin casino, right? They have a really cool feature for like us that we're considering like dollar cost averaging. They have a really cool feature where you can buy regular increments. You can go day, week, or month, and you can spend the minimum you can buy is $10. So you could do $10 a day, or $10 a week, or $10 a month. You can do $25 a month, $50 a month, $50 a week, whatever you feel comfortable with. You basically you do have to link it to your account. You do have to KYC, which is know your customer, in order for them to comply with the regulations of just like the banking industry, right? They're going to ask for your ID, and you're going to get verified like you did on the Coinbase or Binance. And then once you're onboarded, you link your bank account to it, and this kind of just takes withdrawals from it, right? The fees when you buy are very reasonable. It's 0.99% of whatever you buy. So whenever you buy a given amount, just think of it as moving the zero over twice. So if you buy $10 worth, your fee is going to be like 10 cents. If you buy $25 worth, your fee is going to be 25 cents, right? And then the extra, like I guess you call it creature comfort or self-custody friendly part that they include is that they do an auto withdrawal function, right? So your dollar cost averaging, you set it and forget it, and it's going to consistently take from your bank account at whatever interval you want, at whatever price it happens to be, and the price on it is actually not their pricing on Bitcoin is actually pretty good relative to Binance. Actually, I've been buying on Swan Bitcoin for like the past week or two, or like the past week, and their Bitcoin price seems lower than the one at Binance, so you're getting more sats for your dollar, and the fees are a lot less. And the withdrawal process, you can set it to auto withdraw. Like I have mine set to auto withdraw to my cold storage wallet, so off of their exchange and into my custody whenever my holdings reach 0.01 Bitcoin, right? So that's about 200 and maybe $300, depending on the price, about $230, $240, gets you to 0.001 Bitcoin. And when your account hits that, I think it's like $320 now. When your account hits that, and each of those transactions has cleared, I think it takes like about 5 to 6 days from when you first purchase the Bitcoin with them to when it actually clears, because they need to hold on to it until it clears with your bank. Once it clears with your bank, that amount of contribution to your account becomes eligible for the number of sats that count towards your auto withdrawal. And once you hit that auto withdrawal number, they initiate a withdrawal for you. I'm not 100% if there's a fee on that withdrawal. I don't think there is, but that's the last thing I have to test. That's kind of why I've been holding off on sharing how I'm doing it. That, and also I'm kind of waiting for an affiliate link from them. But I think yesterday's buy is going to clear on the 30th. And then that'll get me to 0.01 Bitcoin on Swan. And then we'll be able to see if the auto withdrawal to the cold storage actually works. And when it works, I'll see if there's any additional fees that I get charged with. And then if there isn't, that's fantastic, right? At that point, then you're pretty much fully automated, right? You get your hardware wallet, you set it up, and you configure it to work with your account, and you set your dollar cost average desired amount and desired frequency, and it's done. Set it and forget it. and then you could just keep checking your wallet, or maybe they email you once you do they'll email you once they do a auto withdrawal to your cold storage. Go check your cold storage, make sure everything is good. And yeah, it's pretty sweet. I think it's an awesome way to do it. Again, it's super simple. It's super streamlined. And once I get the affiliate code set up, I'll if you guys go with Swan Bitcoin, please do use that affiliate link. And I think if you guys sign up now, before I get the affiliate link, we can work with them to say like, yeah, I brought on Carl, or I brought up Leonard into the thing, and I think they give you some Bitcoin, or I think they give you like $10 worth of Bitcoin, which is not bad. $10 worth of Bitcoin I'll take $10 worth of Bitcoin. That's what we're doing every day anyway, right? Anyway, that's pretty good. Stacks. That's a pretty good why we stack segment though. I think a good little overview. Don't talk about. If you have any questions after that, let me know, Carl. Put it in the chat. I'm gonna put the link to that place anyway. So, swanbitcoin.com, HTTPS. I'm assuming www.swanbitcoin.com. So I put it in the chat, Carl. If you want to go ahead and jump ahead before I get the affiliate link, we just work on like sending your email to them, and we'll see if I can get that credit down the road. Okay. That said, let's jump into the stack recap. Okay, let's check out our holdings. Check out what this pump did to our chart. Gee. Okay, here we go. Yesterday we left off. Meanwhile, yesterday we left with 845,160 Satoshis in our possession for the account of the SATS show. We've spent $224.17, and that Bitcoin is now worth $255.94. Jeez. We jumped 14.17%. I think in 2 days, right? Let's not get too happy. Let's not get crazy. Remember, we plan to hold on to our SATS forever. Remember, all we care about, this number's going to go up. That's fine. That's exciting. This number's going to go up. That's fine. That's exciting. All that we care about is this number going up. Okay? Because soon we will officially be SAT millionaires. SAT millionaires. Okay. So today, the price is at $30,283. That's amazing. I think I need to refresh this. Give me a second. Refresh. Okay. So it's showing. Cool. So we're definitely only buying $10 worth of Bitcoin today. So that is a stat recap. And next, we're going to jump into it's time for the Stack SATS segment. All right, here we go. Let's stack some SATS. Okay, here we go. Let's get it done before the music is over. Refreshing the page. Why instantly? $10. Could you buy? Think about it. I'll copy this information so I can put it into the show notes. And hit buy now. Boom. Hit it. Think about it. While it's doing that, I'm going to copy the show notes over here. Well, payment initiated. Boom! We stacked. We have just stacked some more SATs. Let me get this spreadsheet updated, and we'll go into the trading view diagram, and you guys can see the chart. But first, let me just make a real quick episode show notes. There it is. Duplicate. I forgot to duplicate my show notes page. Give me a second. 18th show, guys. We're on our 18th show. Wild. We're gonna keep doing this show for at least 30 days. Once we hit 30 days, we will reconsider. We'll see if we keep stacking live. I think we should, but it just depends, you know. If it's your first time watching the show and you would like to see what it feels like to own a little fraction of a Bitcoin, let me know in the chat. Say hello, first timer. And today you will not leave the show without 1,000 Satoshis. What the hell is a Satoshi? A Satoshi is a fraction of a Bitcoin. How small of a fraction? It's a very small fraction. A Satoshi is worth, no, a Bitcoin breaks down into 100 million Satoshis. That's a 100 with 6 zeros after it. That's how many Satoshis are in one Bitcoin, just like 100 pennies are in $1. Okay, so Bitcoin is very divisible. Okay, that's how you can use it even if it hits a super high price. Okay, so that's just a quick note. Now let's update our spreadsheet first. Okay, here's our spreadsheet. Let's jump into the spreadsheet. See our buy today is going to be 6, 21, 23. What price did we buy it at? We bought it at, ooh, dang, that's a big jump. We bought it at 30, comma, 394. We bought $10 worth, and it cost us 10 cents to buy it. So the fee was 10 cents. We're including the fee in our cost to purchase it, because we're paying those 10 cents. So right, and then that yielded us how many Satoshis? What fractions of a Bitcoin do we get for that? So we got 0.123329101. That's 3, not a period. 3. Okay. Copy this guy. And let's color these guys in. Okay. 32,901 Satoshis have been added to the stack, and now we're holding 878,061 Satoshis. Okay. It cost us so far $234.27, and it's worth $266.10, right? But what's important, again, reiterating this fact, what's important is not this number, it's not this number, it's not even this number. What's important is that this number keeps going up, because as long as the government keeps printing dollars to pay for wars, to pay for bank bailouts, to pay for big business tax write-offs, to pay for to pay for like services to whatever, Democrats, Republicans, they both spend money, and when they spend money, they create money out of thin air, and that inflates the money supply, and it makes your cut of that money supply in dollars worth less. It weakens the purchasing power of the dollar. It weakens the purchasing power of your savings. So when you save in the dollar, you're saving in quicksand. And that's why we move our value into Satoshis. We move our value into Bitcoin to resist that inflation. Okay. And as you can see, we've had 18 episodes of the show. And today and yesterday was kind of a little bit of an unusual pump. But the reason the price of Bitcoin goes up is because it's a reflection of the dollar weakening. Okay. So 13%, that's amazing, right? On any other asset class, a 13% bump is like godly, right? And 13% for Bitcoin is like not a big deal, right? In both directions, right? But it's trending up over time, and that's all we care about. Okay, we care about holding Satoshis so that we can preserve our generational wealth. Okay, so going back to the main screen. Let's jump into the chart to get a better visual representation of what the Bitcoin price has done and where we stand relative to it. Okay, as far as the purchases we made on the show. Okay, so I got trading view. Boom. Okay, I like to leave the chart where we saw where we were the last time. It's like right here. The buy we made yesterday is this one, and since then Bitcoin has gone up significantly. Well, for Bitcoin, not significantly, but for any other asset class, significantly. Okay, so it had a great pump. It hit like 30,418, which is pretty cool. Watching this happen like today, right here. It's pretty cool. It's back down, so who knows what's gonna happen if it drops down below our average buy, which is right here, then we'll buy an extra $5 when we DCA each day. If it stays above our average price, then we'll just continue to DCA $10 a day. Doesn't matter, okay? So let's add the latest buy to the chart, okay? So I'm gonna copy this one. I'm gonna change some coordinates over here to make it 394. And then I'm gonna add the text, change the text to 21. And we bought $10.10. Okay. So there it is. We bought. Oh, I think the Swan Bitcoin price is delayed in both directions. That makes sense. Okay. So anyways, over time it'll average out. So we bought there. Now the question becomes, let's adjust our average. Our average now changed a bit. So our average is now 26,259. 26,259. 259? Not 26. How can that be the same stuff? 26. I think something's wrong with my average. Hang on, let me check my math on this thing. B30. Did we get past 30? Oh, our average is messed up because my equation didn't include that line. So let me change that real quick. That's why our average didn't change yesterday. That makes sense. Here, I need to tweak this formula here. This one. So I have B30 here. I need to include all the way down to we're just gonna put B50. Oh, there you go. And now our average is 26,721. So let's change that. 26. Something didn't feel right on that one. 26,721. Boom. Okay, there it is. Now we have some separation between yesterday's average, which is probably off, and today's average up here. Okay, so I push our average a little bit up, but that's fine. We're still, the price of Bitcoin is above our average if we're in profits, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so here's a trading view look. Okay, so there's that average buy, and we're doing pretty good, guys. It's amazing. Like it's good to see like a live example of what's happening. So very cool. All right, I haven't been able to see the chat. Anybody have any questions? Put it in the chat. If you're new here, subscribe. For a single minute, you'll be able to chat in the chat. And if you say hello and you're looking to start your stack today, if you're new, I will send you 1,000 Satoshi. It's about 20, 30 cents worth of Bitcoin, which is really cool because you'll start to figure out how to use it, how to send it back and forth. I'm not buying until Friday. Let's go. Carl, are you buying? Are you going to buy weekly? Yeah, dude. You have time to get your account set up and it should be good. I'm excited for you, Carl. It's like, it's such a cool technology, dude. That's like, it's more than just like, anyway, it's a lot of things, right? Did you guys, I know last time we were on here a couple shows ago, we talked about like Tuttle Twins. We talked about, Inventing Bitcoin, the book, Inventing Bitcoin. We talked about, what else did we talk about? Oh, I put a video with Michael Saylor discussing. He did a presentation at Bitcoin Prague. Did any of you guys see that stuff, or did you guys get the books or any of that? If you did, let me know in the chat. I'd like to see who's like doing it. If not, no worries. On my reading list, I have, let's see what I have right now. I just finished, let's see. When I say finished and when I say reading list, I listen to them, guys. I try to fill the empty space when I'm doing stuff with audiobooks, because it's like, I feel it's like the closest thing that we have to that scene in The Matrix where like they plug it to the back of his neck and like pump him full of like kung fu. listening to audiobooks at like 1.2 speed or 1.5 speed makes me feel like I'm getting like just information dumped into my head, you know? And I want to just fill my head with a bunch of information and sort it out as it goes. We talked about the Bitcoin standard, and we talked about the inventing Bitcoin, right? Sorry, there's a jet flying overhead, guys, so that's super loud. Sorry about that. Give me a second. I'm gonna mute it for a little bit. We're back. Oh, maybe not. I think it's trailing off. Another book that's I mean, all these books are pretty intense, they're pretty dense for my feeble mind to comprehend, but I am grasping a little bit here and there as I listen to them. There's a book called The Price of Tomorrow by Jeff Booth. That's a really good one. And then the cool thing about a lot of these authors is that they go on interviews and stuff on YouTube. So once you read the book, you can find them talking about their books and like getting interviewed, and they do fill in some of the gaps that the books. I mean, they can only explain so much, but you start to get the idea of the concepts, and then when they get interviewed on a show, you end up like learning a little bit more, kind of filling in the gaps, kind of looking at it from listening to it being explained in a different way, depending on who the host is. So it's pretty cool to see that as well. If you haven't checked out the Bitcoin Standard, is a really cool book, and that same author, Saifedean Amos has another book out called The Fiat Standard, and that's a cool book as well. It kind of describes how the economy works, and then he's also written a textbook on the economy. So those are the two that I'm probably going to jump into next. I'm probably going to read The Fiat Standard next, or listen to The Fiat Standard next. And then I'm not sure if there's actually an audio version of his textbook called I forget what it's called, something Standards of Economics, something like that, or like let me see. Let me just double check what it's called. His new book it's a textbook. It's called The Principles of Economics. So those are the ones I'm jumping into next. They sounds dense. I would have never thought in my wildest dreams when I was in high school or a student that I would be trying to read economics books on my spare time, dude. That's wild. It's wild. Okay, I do it so you don't have to, and I'll come back with enough goods, enough nuggets to entice you into reading those books yourself and getting educated on this wonderful thing that is Bitcoin. And again, I see so much potential for good that I feel it's worth my time investment to be on here 5 days a week talking to the internet about Bitcoin. It's just crazy. But anyway, I think it's worth it. I think it'll benefit you guys as well. So thanks again for tuning in today, guys. I appreciate every single one of you. If you came and watched and didn't get a chance to comment, come back tomorrow, hang out, and step up whenever you want. I am okay with you just hanging out. I love and appreciate the watch time. We're a beginner channel. We're starting out, so any kind of audience bump is very much appreciated. Okay, you guys have a great night. I will see you guys tomorrow at 8:15 Pacific Standard Time. Keep stacking. All right. Friday. That's a big day, Carl. Let's go. If you have any trouble setting that up, let me know, dude. Their support is pretty good, and I'm excited for you to start. That's cool. Super cool. Once I get the affiliate link set up, I'll probably start. I'll do a full walkthrough with the screen share. That way it's like you can set up all the different things. But alright, again, thanks for tuning in. See you guys. I might jump on today to play some games. If I do, I'll see you guys on there. If not, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night, guys.